Hey everyone, so quick thought experiment. Let's say you had a neighbor who acted as the government acts. They show up to your door armed and force you to give them money. They then take your money and fix the streets and maybe part of your driveway as well. They run over budget and run out of money, so they return to you and extract more of your resources. They then hand out Advil and a few other medical supplies to everyone on the block, including you, although it was less supplies you could have just bought yourself because after all, your neighbor needs to pay himself out of your money, so there's a net loss and less coming out than going in. Then your neighbor takes more of your money and decides for you on what your children should be taught. Your neighbor takes it upon himself to take your kids 5 days a week to educate them. When you ask if you can have your children educated elsewhere, your neighbor tells you that because you reside on his block, the kids will remain here. You have no option. Then one day there's a shooting on the other side of town. In reaction to this, your neighbor visits every home on the block, demanding that everyone relinquish any firearm they may have in the household. The neighbor then stockpiles these firearms in his own home, claiming it's for the good of the block. If one person across town uses a weapon violently, he proclaims, then all of you must surrender your weapons. After this speech on firearms, your neighbor then throws you into a cage in his basement because you refused to give him money to keep his friend's business afloat after his friend made a series of bad decisions. This neighbor would rightly be considered a sociopath. So what does that make politicians?